Hi everyone. It's story time. So I just had a BBL done and a STE, and you guys, let me tell you about my experience. So I went to the DR, Dominican Republican, to have my procedure done, and as soon as I arrived, I was greeted with such, oh my gosh, it was so wonderful. The young lady came out and she gave me a robe. And when I looked at the robe, it had a big Great Dane on it. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you. So then, as we started going in to the place where I was going to have my procedure done, I hear a lot of dogs and dogs barking, cats meowing. And I said, what type of place is this? She said, don't worry, it's a veterinarian. I was like, oh, okay, great. No worries, you guys had great reviews. So we proceeded, and she took me to the room. I put on my robe. The robe was really nice, you guys. And as they started to do the procedure, she asked me, she was like, did you bring the meat? I said, meat? I don't understand. She said, yeah. We put in the letter that we sent to you and everything to bring meat or ship it to us. I said, I'm sorry, I don't follow. And she said, oh, the meat is what we use to stuff your new bottom or mold your new bottom. I was like, oh, okay. All right, well, no worries. She was like, well, if you have money, we could order it from here and have it shipped here. I was like, okay, how long would that take? She was like, probably about within the next couple of hours. I was like, okay, no problem. So I'm still excited. I'm not going to lie. Because check this out. My BBL was $500. My STE was, she said she'll throw that in. I never heard of a STE, but she said she'll throw it in for additional $25. So I was like, okay, so what is a STE? She said, oh, that's a sexy tummy enhancement. I was like, oh, yeah, I want that. Okay, so then it was time, the meat came, and she started like patting it down, molding it and everything. She was like, okay, so now it's time for your surgery. I was like, are you gonna do both of them at the same time? She said, yeah. She was just like, do you want to be awake or do you want us to put you asleep? I was just like, you can put me asleep. So she gave me something and I started dozing off, and I just remember laughing like crazy. And so she's in the procedure, I'm knocked out. Then all of a sudden we're like, I don't even know how far we're into the procedure, but the butt had been done. So she was just like, I woke up and I'm looking down at my stomach, and she's like doing my stomach, and I'm like, holy crap, what is that? And I'm not in pain or anything. I think the medicine, it was a really good medicine, whatever the heck they gave me, I don't know, but I didn't feel anything. It was just the noise and the squishing, squish, 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 squish. It was driving me insane. So then I asked her, I was just like, well, how's my stomach gonna look? She was like, well, the STE, the sexy tummy enhancement, what it does is it makes your stomach rounder. I was like, oh, okay, I'm down with it. Cool, let's go. Okay, so she said, oh, just maybe like 20, 35 more minutes remaining, then you'll be all done. And I was like, well, how's my bum looking? She was just like, it's looking amazing. I was like, okay. So then I'm sitting there and I still it's the sound that was getting to me, guys. It didn't hurt. It was just the sound of her packing that meat onto my stomach. So once when she was finished, she was just like, how are you feeling? I was like, I feel okay. And so then she was like, well, it's not over. We have more things for you. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, well, what do you have for me? So she was just like, for extra $5, we can do a butter massage. And I was like, a butter massage for what? She was like, for your buns and for your new tummy. And I was like, oh, okay, that would be great. So I didn't know that they would be using regular freaking butter to butter my buns and my tummy. So I was like, okay. I didn't care. It felt good. That girl had some magical hands. So I was like, all right, cool. So by the end of the procedure, I'm not even gonna lie, I was so exhausted. She told me that I was good to go home. I was like, I flew from Maryland to here. She was like, no, you're fine. Everything went well. You feel good, so you could go home. I was like, okay, cool. So thank God I had a round ticket. So then as she's walking me out the door, my ride had came and she gave me some treats. And I look on the bag and the bag said, Zesty Kibbles and Bits. And I'm like, oh my God, they gave me treats. It was so amazing, you guys. So I'm gonna post the pictures of my new bottom and my new sexy tummy enhancement. You guys, if you have the money to spare, I would suggest don't freaking get that stuff. Everybody have a good night. Bye-bye.